Activity-based management uses ABC costing as an integral part in critical decision-making situations, including designing decisions, cost reduction, planning and managing activities, etc. It has 3 stages. First, the calculation of cost with ABC costing method. Second, analyzing data. And third, taking actions in order to improve operational excellence. In this exercise, we have 2 different products, a deluxe and a regular one. We can also see that we have 4 different activities, and it is also said that the allocation base for the manufacturing overhead costs is the direct labor hours. The ABC costing method has 2 steps. Step 1, in which we allocate the indirect costs to activities, and step 2, in which we allocate those indirect costs from activities to objects. We have 2 main formulas here. The allocation rate, in which we divide the indirect cost by the allocation base, which is given, and then that allocation rate we multiply it by each allocation base of each object. In the first step of our exercise, we calculate the allocation rate by dividing the total amount of overhead manufacturing costs by the number of hours multiplied by the total amount of each product produced. Then, we allocate the cost into the different activities of the firm by multiplying the allocation rate we just obtained by the direct labor hours of each activity. In the second step of our exercise, we obtain the allocation base for each activity. We obtain this result by dividing the overhead cost obtained in the previous step by the allocation base of each activity. For example, in the purchasing department, the purchase order issues are the allocation based. So, we take the overhead cost calculated for the purchasing activity and then divided by the purchase orders issued for the deluxe and regular objects. We do this for every activity of the exercise. After we have allocated all the cost among the deluxe and regular objects, we can also obtain the cost of goods sold by subtracting the non-manufacturing activities, in this exercise the shipment, to the total costs. With this information, we can furthermore create an income statement.